Well, welcome to Tech Tuesday.
All right. Thank you, Emily. Welcome to Tech Tuesday, streaming live via our sustainability and aerial digital worldwide via our dedicated Zoom intercept feed with the Spirit of the Game Foundation, the World of Ability Network, and Project Diehard. So today we're jumping right into the gears. Yesterday on Motivation Monday, we checked our bank balances, we reset our active communication, and we locked in our calendar blocks. So today, we look at the machine that drives those numbers. Today, we execute the friction reset. So let's call out the single biggest trap that's killing founders, project managers, and mission driven builders in general. The software, you know, we love the software because the software is safe. It feels like real work to spend 5 hours tweaking a dashboard, setting up a shiny new project tool, or redesigning a website landing page. But let's be completely honest about what it actually is. It is productive procrastination. When you're building a digital monument for an operation that you haven't validated by hand yet, you know, if your basic process is messy, automating it just means you're magnifying the chaos at a much faster rate. So open your notebook right now and write in your journal. What is the one software tool or app I interface with the most that I keep tweaking that hasn't generated a single dollar of revenue or saved real operational time this month? Look at that tool honestly. And remember the core rule of Tech Tuesday. If you cannot solve an operational problem for one person using a pad of paper, a pen, and a direct phone call, the software is not going to be able to save you. Technology is an accelerator, not a savior. So to build real human readiness, we have a three-step friction reset process. Um, so you don't have to learn how to isolate operational friction by hand first. We have the specific human readiness system that kind of helps you, tier through that. So you don't guess what your team or clients need. You audit their manual workarounds. So when you evaluate your backend or talk to a partner in your network, you don't pitch a complex software stack. You use the three-step friction reset. All right, so step one, audit past behavior. We're going to go through all three and then we're going to go through the three individually. Step one is audit past behavior. Step two is isolate the exact point of breakdown. And step three is deliver a manual concierge solution. So, step one, how did we actually track our tasks or communicate with our team last week? If the answer is a bunch of group chats, lost emails, or missed spreadsheets, that's your raw operational data. You need to clean that up and get it in one place. Maybe you can use Slack, Trello, Go High Level. There's so many project management tools that where you can condense it and put it in one spot. Step two, isolate the exact point of breakdown. So, where was the moment of frustration? Was it a drop deadline? Was it an unverified task or a leader having to do double the administrative work? So, where can we find that issue and make it easier for those who are responsible to step in and do what they need to do? And often it's keeping it in one system, not necessarily adding a system to the process, but really consolidating and really doubling down on everybody holding each other accountable in one way. And so the third part is to deliver a manual concierge solution. So step in and clean up that exact bottleneck by hand, with clear written project management agreements, before you spend a single dime, buying software. So all your project management agreements, the things that you do during a sale, before a sale, and after a sale, the things that you do managing a relationship or taking a project to finish, that all is basically your concierge. So having that process in a thorough fashion is going to make you effective for any community you want to impact or objective you want to meet. So knowing the exact process is how you automate it. In order to create a skill for Claude or anything of that nature, you've got to have a clear project management outline first. So these journaling sessions are really good for founders who need to find creative solutions that work actively in their business. If you want to build your own Jarvis, the 3-step friction reset is exactly how you figure out, what you need, as Iron Man. What do I need? Like, how do I need my emails to function? How do I need my text messages to function? Do I want to have a member dashboard? Do I want to have an internal dashboard? Seeing how you can consolidate that into one place makes you really competitive. All right, so open your journal again and write down, what is the most chaotic manual task in my workflow today? And how can I fix it with a simple written process instead of a new app? Validate that process manually first and then automate it second. All right, so part 3. We got the new membership tiers. We'll keep reminding you for a couple episodes. So to put structure around your operations and strip out of administrative chaos, we want to invite you to oursustainedability.com right now and select your membership tier. We have the Community Pass, which gives you full access to our daily broadcast archive, weekly Q&A sessions, and member-only event discounts for sessions like, our, our top tier. Basically, we are a ramp-up program. So when you come in at the starter level, we want you to progress. So we want to know now the scope of your business. So for full business management later, we're able to have, even leaner agreements. All right, moving forward. The execution engine is for the builder pass. So the builder member includes everything in the community pass, plus custom project management agreements, daily accountability tracking, in a weekly session, and also featured listing in all of our associated networks. So fractional leadership tier, it comes with all we just mentioned, but it is the complete operational suite. So this is full human readiness tracking, system that we built that helps you be ready for anything that you need, all the way from the home to the office to in the field. We also do custom governance audits. So this is for non and for-profit business. We want to set rules in place. We don't want to just coach you and see where you fail and pick you up. We want to solve those problems and create good habits. Direct fractional C-suite oversight and priority guest booking, via the Building Trust podcast. A lot of our top tier members are people who've done a lot in the industry. We have a partner organization that I'm the co-founder of, the Trusted Trade Hub. We are solving so many things for power networkers in multiple industries, and we would love to host your voice on the Building Trust podcast with my co-host Aaron Schroeder. So every membership fuels a real mission. Direct percentage of all funds generated on oursustainability.com goes to Project Die Hard. So Project Die Hard is a dedicated nonprofit organization focused on saving veteran lives, preventing veteran suicide, and providing housing, career development, and real community support to our nation's heroes. When you clean up your business tech with us, you are directly supporting life-saving resources for veterans. Before you hop off the stream, leave a comment below this video with your journal entry. What software trap are you ditching today to focus on the real execution? If this broadcast gave you clarity, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel right now. Strip out all the noise from the tech, clean up the friction by hand, and remember the house law. What's fun gets done. I'll see you tomorrow for Workaholic Wednesday. I'm out.